Hi everyone, I hope you're doing okay. So we're going to go ahead and get started with our live stream as far as updates. So for this week, these are the things that I kind of wanted to speak to you about. You have discussion 3, the mitosis lab assignment, feedback on your second lab report, your lab report for this week, and then next week's lab exam. So for the first one, discussion 3, you've done discussions before. There's nothing entirely new about this, except there's one additional thing, is that for this assignment, I need you to sketch out your chosen cell. And so the way that you would do that is that you sketch it on a paper, and then you're going to take a picture and you're going to upload it. So when you're typing your response, here where it says attach file is where you're going to add your picture. So you do need to attach a picture with the assignment. Make sure that you are choosing a cell that 2 other students have not chosen, and then I have the cell types here, and then here are the instructions. So that was just one thing that I wanted to note for discussion 3. There is that additional part where you're going to sketch out your cell, take a picture, and upload it. For your mitosis lab assignment, that's this week's virtual lab. And so that one is through Blackboard. It's not on McGraw-Hill. And so for there's some extra credit bonus points on there that you can get. I'm not sure how many. I think you can get up to maybe about 8 points of extra credit, give or take. I'm not entirely sure. I don't really remember the points that I had on there. But also I wanted to note that you get 2 attempts on this lab assignment. So please don't just blow through it. Make sure that you are taking the time to go through it. You get only 2 attempts, and I'm going to take the highest grade for that assignment. For that, I did advise that you use your lab manual. If you don't have a lab manual, please try to get one from your campus, but also you can just use the internet and try to find examples to complete the lab assignment for mitosis. For lab report number 2, I did leave feedback for every group. So please check that. I grade using a rubric, and then I also leave feedback for you. So the way that you access that is when you are logged into the course on Blackboard, you click on My Grades, and then there should be a little icon that kind of looks like maybe like a little cloud or a little bubble, and on there you can see the feedback. I think you can access it other ways, but just make sure that you do look at that. Look at the feedback that you got on your second lab report, so that you can get more points on your third lab report. So just correct what needs to be corrected, and then on lab report 3, which is your last lab report on cell respiration, you should get a higher grade. Some of the things that I have for you, and I added it last week, was of course the directions, but there's also this website that I added at the bottom so that you can kind of look at that and kind of see the format that is expected in a lab report. As far as the data, I had a lot of groups that did not do this part, which is to label and to give a description for each. So yes, a lot of you are doing the 2, like you did choose a graph and a table or a diagram and a table, but you did not really label it or give a description. So it's just kind of this picture of who knows what. So just make sure that you are doing this part, that you are labeling and describing it. Describe what it is that that graph represents. For your results as well, I think for this last one, which was enzymes, I would have wanted to see a little bit more analysis of the data. Make sure that you are including numbers, where you see transitions. For the enzyme one, I really wanted to see where the enzyme was working most effectively, at what temperature, at what concentration. It really did depend on the lab that you did choose. So just make sure that you are looking at this, using this as a guide, and that you could also go to that website, and that's there for you. And then for lab report 3, I mean, I already kind of went over it, but just make sure that you are choosing the correct cell respiration lab. There's 2, and the one that I chose was I think on plants. Let's see, let me double check really quick. Yeah, so this is the one that you're going to be doing your lab report on, measuring energy production in plants. So just make sure that you do choose that virtual lab to do your lab report on. And then the last thing is that you have your lab exam next week. There's a total of 3 lab exams, so you're going to be taking your second one, and it's over the labs that you completed through weeks 6 through 10. And then that's really it, guys. If you have questions, please send me an email or message me. I did want to also note this as far as grades. When I transfer your grades from McGraw-Hill, sometimes some don't transfer, and some kids are telling me, oh, I got this, but it has a 0. Just let me know so that I can change it for you. I don't want any students to be missing out on points that they earned. Just please try to message me at a reasonable time. I have kids messaging me at like 11 or 2 in the morning. So please just do it, at a decent time. But yes, please, I really want you to make sure that you are checking your grades. If they're not transferring correctly, you let me know and then I'll correct that for you really easily. And I think that's it, guys. Send me an email or a message if you need additional help, and then I'll go ahead and talk to you later.